for your daily horoscope. It is July 27th, 2020. Brian here with Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. Hope you're doing well. It's definitely a day where emotions are going to be brought up. You know, the moon is in Scorpio, making the first quarter square to the sun. So I think we're definitely going to hold on to some emotions today. And I think we need to use that energy and use what emotions that come up to manifest our way into where we want to go and like what our direction is and the love that we want to project outward. You know, it is fixed energy with Leo and Scorpio, so we want to fixate on the love that we're bringing with the Leo energy, but we also have to bring out those deep emotions and what truths are in there, and use those emotions, whether good or bad. You know, the moon is at fall position in Scorpio, so often it can bring up like deep stuff. So the moon in Scorpio brings up stuff that a lot of time you don't want to deal with. I don't know if you remember that Scorpio full moon, but it was heavy. Like, it's a lot. So, you know, it's definitely one of those days. You know, Mars is fully in shadow now this week. Came in on Saturday. Mercury's out of shadow, and Venus, of course, tomorrow will be out of shadow as well. But Venus is making some hard aspects today, and the moon is too. So let's jump into the chart and take a little look at what we got going on. If I can pull the chart up. Apparently it hates me. Okay. Hopefully this is recording. If not, I'm going to have to do it again. Trying to learn new tricks here. Alright, so we do have the sun here in Leo, and it's making that first quarter square over to the moon in Scorpio. Again, like I said, this brings up our deep emotions, our truths, like what really needs to come out in that aspect, and how are we going to deal with that emotionally? We do have this. We just had another new moon in Cancer before the sun moved into Leo. So again, we don't get a new moon in Leo until the very end, which is definitely going to leave some of this Cancer energy stagnant in this Leo season. So it's still definitely about getting our emotions right and using this square here to really manifest the emotional stability that you need in your truth to get all that stuff out. Like, this is kind of shadow work time, to be honest with you. So whatever you got to do, the moon is going to be in opposition to Uranus, so it's definitely asking us to find what we value and find new ways of just emotionally valuing our life and our reality and everything in this physical world. And it's also going to make quincunxes to all this, to Chiron and to Mars. So it's a stressful day where you just have to do the shadow work today. You have to dig deep, and whatever comes out, like, let it out, and try not to project it too much onto people. You know, Mars is still squaring Mercury exactly today. Like, this is a heavy day. We want to project out the love, not the negative, onto other people. And we don't want to like get too much in our head that like we're not doing the right thing, we're not living our truth. Like, we kind of just gotta like let it work itself out. Let the emotions come out without judging too much and without putting too much of it to thought. Like, just let the emotions be today and let the healing happen. Like, it's not good to force it. Like, whatever, it's just gonna come. It's just gonna like hit you, and you're gonna be like, oh, you know, I know exactly, you know, boom, the download's gonna hit. So don't try and force it today. And I say that because, well, right before Venus goes out of shadow, guess what? Venus is making the square to Neptune exact. So this is definitely a time too to not get stuck in the delusion of our reality, in a mirage that might be there. If something seems like it might be too good to be true, it might be too good to be true. Like, I made tweeted about that, but it's true. Like, this is one of those aspects where you gotta like really find your beauty, really find what values you have in life, and be curious. Like, don't just fall for a track, yeah. Don't fall for the tricks. If something doesn't seem right, it probably isn't. If you hear something, this is going to be a crazy day, I think, with media, news. There's a lot going on, and a lot of things are just hitting all at once. So it's definitely a day to ask questions and like not let just something take you out of your divine beauty that you deserve to have and your love. But at the same time, you have to feel the emotions that come up, and you have to deal with them in a way that is going to better you. It's going to manifest you into a stronger person, into a stronger being as this cycle moves through, with the sun in Leo holding it down, really trying to give us that love that we need and that courage and that strength to get through whatever comes up right now. And again, along with the sun in Leo, we have Jupiter making the sextile to Neptune. So again, it's about expanding on almost your subconscious and not letting things outside of your subconscious take you out of it. Like, what is the like real truth deep down inside, and what is your connection to spirit, and where is spirit taking you? And it can be the most beautiful place ever. You know, Mercury's getting off this square to Mars, but Mercury this week is about to start making some really hard oppositions to all the Capricorn energy. Things are ramping up. Venus is making the exact quincunx to Jupiter, and is about to start making quincunxes to all the Capricorn energy. So as Venus travels over Rahu, the North Node, like, this is a day to really manifest your emotions and get yourself into a really good place, because who knows what could be thrown out in the world with transits like this. I mean, look at this chart. It's chaos. It's not chaos. It's actually beautiful, and there's just so much like harmony to it, to be honest. But the way it could affect us on a collective level is definitely high. It's big, and it starts from within. We got to go and trust our intuition and go towards what really is going to take us to a place of divine light and love. But we got to do the shadow work too. You know, this is the kind of stuff that just doesn't get done on its own. So step into your truth today, step into your love, and whatever might get thrown at you that might seem too good to be true, or might try, I don't know, it could be a tricky day. It could be a tricky day. I'm not going to lie. And it could be emotionally hard for people. Or it could be a beautiful day where you're just using that exact Jupiter sextile to Neptune, and you're just with spirit in the flow, and you're accepting whatever gift this reality has to give you. And it can take you to a beautiful place. If you don't look too far outside of yourself right now, honestly, the world is pretty beautiful. And there's a lot of cool things happening. But, you know, it's easy to get trapped into things that upset you right now. You know, Mars is going to start slowing down in shadow. This is really going to make us like question our identity and where we're going and how we're going to present ourselves. So, the star card on the bottom. Card of the day is the Knight of Wands reversed. So definitely, I think we want to go out and just have all the fucking passion and energy and just go give it, but something's holding us back, and I think it's just like the emotional shadow work. So we got to dive deep in that emotional shadow work before we can really just charge forward with where we're going to go. You know, this is a day to manifest and to become this Knight of Wands, and today I think is that first step to where we really get ourselves right emotionally, so that we can charge forward with the passion and the drive that we really need to for the coming days. So this is almost a day to trust in spirit, to let what happens happen, and to not get too caught up in what might be thrown at you from outside places. Like, you almost want to take a step back and not charge. You know, with Mercury square Mars exact today too, you know, you don't want to just project your passion onto someone if they don't want it. Like, that's just going to make them upset. You know, this is definitely touchy. It gets a little Mercury square Mars is it doesn't necessarily want to hear it from other people. It wants to hear it from yourself, your emotions. It doesn't want other people to project their stuff onto you. So try not to project your stuff onto them. if you always speak your truth, but don't speak your truth in a way that's so assertive that, you know, this guy's assertive. He's going to go get what he wants. And it's reversed, so I think it's a great message to not assert yourself too hard today, to do the work within yourself, and to prepare yourself for the week ahead, because it's definitely a week for the astrology. Alright guys, I love you very much. If you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.